Let's face it, men need a body positivity movement that's just as strong, vocal, and persistent as the body positivity movement that exists now for women. Most people don't realize this because their attention is not directed to it, but in the media or in advertisements, men are often depicted as having slender shapes, having muscular bodies, and also having washboard abs, the very Greek god-like body, when the truth is, not everyone has this body type, and I think it's time that multiple diverse body types are represented for men. One reason why this isn't discussed is because men are taught from a young age by our culture that expressing emotion is unacceptable and that men need to be pillars of strength, unwavering and unfeeling. When we keep this insecurity built within us and, hidden, that just makes our insecurity even worse. I am speaking from the context of a gay male who happens to be socially genderqueer, because within the LGBTQ community, particularly the community of gay men, there is a lot of body shaming that happens because gay men are expected to have a specific model-esque body type because of these imposed images that we have in our mind with regard to how gay men should appear. If you, for a moment, go to Google and look up gay men, you will find in the photos mostly shirtless men, washboard abs, very godlike looking men. No, I swear, do it. Take 5 seconds and look it up. You will see that I am totally right, because I just did it about 5 minutes ago. The fact of the matter is, attractiveness is a spectrum just like body type is a spectrum, just like the LGBTQ community is a spectrum, just like gender's a spectrum. Everything is a spectrum. Attractiveness comes in so many different forms, and I think it's time that all men start recognizing their own attractiveness. I've said this in videos before multiple times. I am not a model. I do not have a swimmer body. I am not sporty. I do not look like I just fell out of the Olympics or anything like that, but I am attractive. I have taken years of personal introspection to start recognizing the fact that I am attractive in my own way. And unfortunately, people will look at gay men specifically and say, oh, I would have never guessed you were gay because you don't fit these various criteria. And in my mind, I'm like, why should I have to fit those criteria to be a quote-unquote gay man? Why can't I simply be gay and be male and look like this? There's nothing wrong with it. Of course, the whole fact that I am also socially genderqueer, that kind of makes it a little bit more difficult because I feel like I'm continually being forced into these little boxes created by what culturally constitutes gender, and I'm always defying those boxes because I am what I am. I am who I appear to be. Like, I shouldn't have to try to change my appearance in order to appeal to people's culturally ingrained images of how I should appear or how a group of people should appear. One of the first ways I think we can break away, at least in the gay community, from these body-shaming stereotypes, the sexualization, by breaking away from sex apps like Grindr, because those teach us that it's okay to objectify people and to shame people based on appearance. I have had friends who have used Grindr before who have received not only lewd messages but very disrespectful, demeaning messages from people, and I think environments like this need to stop, because it's not making the collective consciousness of our community benefit any further. Intimacy is one thing, but when you are using intimacy as a weapon against their own ideas of self-image, that's going to severely defeat them and potentially lead to depression and suicidal thoughts. I know when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was told many times by gay men that I am not attractive enough, that I do not fit certain body types, so I am therefore less than and unattractive. And for a long time, I was depressed and suicidal because of that. If you get in your mind that you are never going to be attractive enough for someone, you're going to feel horrible, and you're going to feel like you're never going to meet anyone. And I think as a community, and I'm not speaking just for the gay community either, I'm speaking for men as a whole, we need to confront our own body insecurities. We need to acknowledge that they exist, because in doing so, we can actively take a stand against people who would shame us. We can help elevate the body positivity movement for men and become more vocal. Anyway, if you guys like my videos, please comment in the comment section below with your thoughts on this. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I do a whole slew of videos ranging around this topic and a multitude of other topics. In fact, random segue, I have some really good news, you guys. I'm going to be starting another YouTube channel soon dedicated to music, and my series, The Mundane Life of a Single Gay, is going to become a regular podcast. So there are some great things to look forward to. So subscribe to my channel and follow me on my journey. Anyway, you guys have a good night.